Iwa, Munkukawiteki Onteish, Tomawa Wau, Kikulowa.
This is the reason why they have agoraphobia. 1884 etymology. If you're at places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. An anxiety disorder from panic attacks. 2008 South Africans xenophobia, 1800 wars opposed to foreigners. Jeremiah 10:2-4. And 9 and 10 in Psalm 91. Aporia. Making you feel like you were useless, unworthy, not righteous, a sinner, born in as a sinner, that you were just a slave. The so-called narratives, right? Aporia. Deceptive manipulation tactics. Through manipulative indoctrination, propaganda, psyops, MK Ultra, Melville John Herskovic's reverse enforcement meeting. Historical records. Science of Anthropology, Frances Boas. Check them out. They lied through the Mercator maps and the world maps lies in the different sizes, you know. You can go look that up too. Do your research. Research what you searched. Who wrote our history and called us black? Melville Herkovitz, Walter Plecker, Harold Corlander, Carlos Curvo Marquez, 1858-1930, ethnologist, botanist, military general. Estudios Arqueológicos. I'm not reading that. Pause the video, go back and look, go research. USA Inc. The Act of 1871, USA Inc. that formed the incorporation. It's a cartel, a banking cartel. It's not a country. You ever seen Alien vs. Predators? The Predators had the locks and they ruled in Egypt, or their headquarters was in Egypt, opposed to the what they call them, the xenomorphs, the serpent-like aliens. Yeah. 1963-67, Civil Rights, Race Rules, American Colonization Society of Traders, shipping indigenous people to the coast of South Africa, and Martin Luther King was of the Black Boule, and so was Malcolm X. In other words, fraternal orders of Freemasonry. Not the true builders, or true enlightened people. Part of the Pan-Africanism bullshit. And the same ones that was connected to the Islamic movement and the Moorish movement of Noble Drew Ali is stealing 30 million acres of Mayan lands and resources, a third of the earth's resources, which they got it from our people because we helped build their nations, Africa, Europe, so on and so forth. The $5 Indian copper coin, right? The $5 Indian was originally Ionius, or was our people, right? Ionius, our people, the Mayan people, the Redskins, Huehuetlapelan, right? '44 Pretendians, albino gray walkers, the drone clones, the Dawes Rose Commission, y'all zombie nuts. Okay, that's when they gave our heritage, our identity, Psalm 83 to cut it short. You know what I'm saying? Our lands to the white peoples, the Greys. Look Look at the Hopi prophecies. One of the prophecies of the Hopi people was coming of the white men. So how could the Hopi people be Mongoloid people? Or what they call whites or grays or lepers. Market Segment Specialization Program, MSSB. Ex-IRS agent exposed to IRS taxation without representation as the biggest fraud of all time in the 16th Amendment fraud, right? And that if the people pay taxes enforcement, Social Security and increase. They waive their rights, the so-called legalized robbery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not kidnap. Human trafficking. The whole system is all on that. So you can't praise the so-called God that tells you no murder, but your religion teaches you to murder. You all have been indoctrinated into fraternal orders of what they call draconians or Luciferians or how do you say that, yeah? The Club of Rome, pedophile criminal organizations, organized crime, right? FBI and CIA are criminal organizations. They hide things that were already in our lands, that our ancestors knew was in our lands, from our people, and they've been doing it since they got here, right? And they did this through the Doctrine of Discovery and the Papal Bulls and many other things, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which a lot of Moors don't talk about. That's why they don't want to talk about Noble Drew Ali, because a lot of them people ain't got that knowledge to go tap into that for one to even argue that argument. And the truth is not an argument; it's a reality that nobody can change, but we all must face, right? Many things were going on in the 1700s and the 1600s. You know what I'm saying? In the 14th, 15th, 13th century, the first and second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th dynasty. You know what I'm saying? We do dynasties. We are empire people. Okay? We're imperial people. We're the true imperial people. The true empirical people. Right? The true Arawak. Or the empire of the sun. The children of the light. The children of the Most High Yah. You know what I'm saying? We give honor to Yahuwah for the noble king. The sun. Right? Chi. Energy. Right? And his essence that he's manifested himself through creation. Through the moon. Right? Or the monitoring the maps on the moon. You know what I'm saying? I'm tapping into some different stuff right now. I'm just kind of throwing some stuff out there for you to consider. Governor Morris and Ambassador of France, right? No more whoredoms, man. No more trauma. You get it? No more whoredoms. No more trauma. Things that Yahuwah knows is wicked is wicked. I'm not talking about what's proposed was righteous. You know what I'm saying? What's righteous remain and be increased. You know what I'm saying? Enforcement. You know what I'm saying? This is right. What's right is true. You know what I'm saying? Check your facts though. July 4th rewrote the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, 1776 Declaration of Independence on its own accord. So that Constitution was written two different times, but you also must know that each country has its own constitution that the people have a right to amend or to configure unto the liking of the people, to work in the favor of the people, right? So each what you call a state or city estate, or what you call in the countries of this landmass, right? 51 or 52 countries has their own amendments, right? Mexico just got signed into law that the indigenous people, which are Afro-indigenous peoples, have the right to create their own countries, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Build their own societies. Long story short, so we're looking at something that is so monumental. It's so flabbergasting right now. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful that the Most High God is making people write this back into the constitutions. Mind you, Allah Yahuwah, America or a Mexican, right? And we can say Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, and Arizona or Kansas. You know what I'm saying? That is old New Mexico. The whole Americas is what we call a Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Turtle Island, you know what I'm saying? Huehuetlapilan, the land of the red man. You know what I'm saying? Mayak, land of Mayans, the land of the Maya. You know what I'm saying? The Nagas, they took over from the Hindus and so on and so forth. And many of our people go into the Hindus. We are the original Buddha. I am Buddha. We're the original Buddha. Not those Mongolese usurps. The original Japanese samurai is our people. You know what I'm saying? That when they take it, a lot of that stuff from the original Nagi writings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When we look at the languages and the different forms of cuneiform, hieroglyphs, tetraglyphs, petroglyphs, I'm gonna call them psychoglyphs. Okay, because these things are beyond regular creatures and beasts out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to white people. I'll say that, and I've always said that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to the point where when the Most High commands to speak, we speak. You know what I'm saying? We are the original Sage, Tajid, okay, Tajseti, okay. Not over there what they call Egypt or in Egyptology bullshit. Egypt is here. Okay? That's why they call America spiritual Egypt. Spiritual Egypt is physical Egypt. Right? Five cycle Egypt. It goes round and round and round and round like the Taurus field. And the reason why I speak it like that too is because look at how much people take in and regurgitate, take in and regurgitate, take in and regurgitate, like cycles, right? So we want to break the wicked cycles, let the wicked chains be broken. Let's create righteous fight cycles, you know what I'm saying? So there's no more just sitting there like an energy grid where they siphoning people's energy through 5G and through HARP and DARPA and all this other shit that they doing, weather warfare modification, you know what I'm saying? Geoengineering, climate change. There's many different forms of climate change when you know what you're speaking and you know how to identify these things, you feel me? Beneath my feet, Satan. You know what I'm saying? The truth will be manifest. You know what I'm saying? The truth is manifest. And there's many people out there with these platforms, and I see pieces of puzzles. I'm watching y'all, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to put these puzzles together as Yahoo will help us and force into it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to talk about the anatomy and the physiology, right? The psychology, right? If you want to talk about psyops, you're talking about psychology, you know what I'm saying? Without theosophy and certain forms of theology, which is thoughts and ideas, right? Ideology, theosophy, ideologies, you know what I'm saying? Or theology and all that weird shit. We don't need eisegesis, we don't need exegesis, we don't need none of that shit. We're the progenitors or the originators of esoteric symbolism, okay? When it comes to astrology, astronomy, you know what I'm saying, all that, you know what I'm saying. So I'm talking about the physiology and anatomy when it comes to the energy grid, because we ourselves are an energy being. We're an energy body, okay? We're cells or walls or rooms, okay? Spaces where we move in different ways, you know what I'm saying? In different ways. But true mankind is totally different from other subspecies. Every other race or kind is a subspecies, and there's subspecies of those subspecies. You see what I'm saying? Genetics goes very deep when you're talking about a Ruach hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Hierarchy. Matriarchal and patriarchal. You know what I'm saying? But the matriarch and patriarch must be one. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to find that is to go back to source, which is Yahuwah himself. Meaning Hawa, the breath of life, right? Which is a fire language, right? Which is fur, right? It's an ignition. It's a heat. It's a transformation. It also represents knowledge, okay? Knowledge. When you have knowledge, you know what I'm saying, what is right teaching, and you'll be prosper. You know what I'm saying? Wicked ones don't prosper. Their day of prosperity is up beneath our feet. You know what I'm saying? Those who once called themselves Illuminati are not illuminated because they hid what's true in wickedness to hurt other people, drinking baby blood, sacrificing children, all the things that they did in the slave trades. You know what I'm saying? Atlantis slave trade, maritime admiralty jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole of these slave trades: Sub-Saharan, Moroccan, Irish, Spanish, Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? British, English, German, Celts. You know what I'm saying? Sextet Cubé 1666, but they got laws out there where other people can't own Christians as slaves. Go check out UBTV and check out his playlist. You know what I'm saying? One of them's on the bootleg, his newest video, and he goes over that. You know what I'm saying? And laws and times and stuff like that. I look at different people. You know what I'm saying? I watch Prince David. Shout out Prince David. I watch different people. You know what I'm saying? I go on Instagram. I watch different people. So I'm gonna give some of y'all some shout outs because I learned a lot of this stuff from y'all. everything in its place where it's supposed to be at. Because you got to remember, Ishmael is Islam. Rearrange the letters, just like Miruka is America. You know what I'm saying? They say Miruka is the one who created Sinet. You know what I'm saying? It started with them and the Mustabas and all that in Egypt. But that word, when you rearrange the letters, it's written America. And we know that we are first. We are the head, not the tail. We're not Ouroboros, okay? We're not the serpent swallowing ourselves. We are Amu. You know what I'm saying? We are Atlantean. You know what I'm saying? We are antediluvian. Okay? Baruch, how about that? So it has to be a right static charge. It has to be a right charge, you know what I'm saying, to amplify, you know what I'm saying, the electric field, you know what I'm saying? Red nigger. Red nigger. North American derogatory and offensive. Person of North America. Should have said this is man, woman, or child, because in their legalese bullshit, person represents something totally different. You know what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with chattel slavery and their legalese, you gotta learn how to break that shit down wall by wall. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, it's like being able to properly identify, you know what I'm saying, who we be with our symbolism. The Bible uses our animism symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Our esoterics, our people's, many of our, it's not a religion, it's not a book, like it's a codex. You know what I'm saying? It's not like what people have thought it to be. 1666. Says that Cuba 1666 fraudulently says Christians can own slaves. Birth certificates, social security cards, chattel slavery, banking receipts, you know, so on and so forth. Dumb Diversions 1492, 1823, John versus McIntosh. Two conflicting names of the land. They had an issue with that, and the war came out, you know, 1831, Cherokee Nations versus Georgia. Cherokee Moors, Kickawa Society people. You know what I'm saying? Many of our peoples that was already in these lands and indigenous to these lands broke off into these secret society fraternal orders for the wrong purposes. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at this symbolism, you talking about the Bible, this, that, and the third, you're looking at the symbolism. A lot of these Christians out there, they talk about, you know, that represent that. You gotta know what you're talking about. The serpent and Maya Naga and Transformers and Decepticons and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're deceivers and usurpers of identities of things that used to be sacred wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It used to be divine sacred wisdom that was not given to the commoners. It was set aside for the people that were royal people. You know what I'm saying? It was set aside for the royal physicians, the healers. You know what I'm saying? The shaman, the royal people, with all those names I mentioned in the beginning, or I was speaking in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably identifying the ones I'm speaking out now. United States Code, Title 283002, subsection 15, ABC. Anyways, it's stated unequivocally that the United States is a corporation. USC 107, 106, and 17. You know what I'm saying? USC subsection 106A, the fair use copyright. You know what I'm saying? DC and US are one thing. District of Columbia, Foreign Relations Committee. You know what I'm saying? The District of Columbia is US, a foreign corporation. You know what I'm saying? With respect to Volume 20, Corpus Juris, Section 1785. That's why you got IRS, which is a foreign relations, you know what I'm saying, stealing thing for their kings and bullshit of England and all that stuff, because they usurped our identity, you know what I'm saying, and exterminated many of our people. You know what I'm saying? They all the Holocaust that was going on over in the 1800s and 1700s, even in the 1900s. Civil Rights Act for incoming foreigners, tenants who pay rent as squatters. That was, they say, Malcolm X economic flaw. 1800, theory of evolution, social engineering experiments, process of nature, and natural selection, Charles Darwin. Hey, put some incense on this thing, please. The Curtis Act. You know what I'm saying? Going to 1898. Check out what's going on in there. 1991. The abolition of the racially divided or based land measures. The racially based land measures Act of 1991. The Census Act of 1790. 1763, Proclamation of King George, bullshit. 1809, Treaty of Fort Wayne, 1809, and Psalm 83, tribes migrating to our lands, the tribes of Ishmael. So you got a lot of Ishmael, Moroccans, and Moors coming over here and doing a lot of shit that they had no business doing over here to begin with, selling and trading and all kind of weird shit. Well before that time too. Peaceful time for Morocco setting up in our lands, U.S.-Morocco relations, 1777 through 1786. Treaty of Peace and Friendship. They broke their treaties, they broke their oaths, they broke all of that. So you ain't gotta obey none of them rules. That's why the Most High come through, because of George Floyd type shit. They started an explosion of, nah, we ain't doing that no more. Even though it was a false agenda, it was a big ass psyop. 1777, by decree of Muhammad III. Three-fourths of the world's resources to the Moors in Africa, 1776 to 2011. So y'all want to talk about this was the Moors nation? No, the fuck it wasn't. We were here first before the Moors. Maya is first. It's in the name. Maya. Hawa. Mayahwa. Hawaiian. Mayahwaian. Mayahwaion. Ionis? Mayahwaionis. I don't know. Mayahwa. 1524. Yo. Who was Haitian explorer or Italian explorer Giovanni da Verrazzano? Check him out. Recordings, no more Trump. 1937. Asiatic Land Tenure Act of 1946. Black Affairs Act of 1959, formerly known as the Native Affairs Act of 1959. The Unbeneficial Occupation of Farms Act of 1937. They removed most of the ancient landmarks, why 90% of the Grand Canyon is cut off to everybody else. There's a whole ass ziggurats still in there, and they found many of our writings in there. Mayan Misraim. So you go check out 1876. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that was going on in 1876. The Rural Colored Areas Act. If brown people weren't here, red people weren't here first, then why you got all these colored shit and black shit and all? That's what Tamari, you know what I'm saying? Tamaru. Hey. Leave him me. I don't want to hear that. I'm doing my video. He's supposed to be laying down and doing not doing anything else. Not even talking. The Rural Areas Act of 1966, the Black Communities Development Act of 1984, when the CIA, you know what I'm saying, the CIA gave crack out to the environments and stuff like that, started all the gang wars and the drug wars. You know what I'm saying? Where do these niggas get all the crack from? You know what I'm saying? And the cocaine, you know what I'm saying? All the cocaine and meth and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Native Land Act, Black Land Act. Number 27 of the Bantu Land Act that shows Africa in there. You know, that's an Italian man's name. This shows how they gave away 30 million acres or stole 30 million acres to these land acts and stuff with all the people they was doing and the treaties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? 1936 Development Trust. Development of Trust and Land Act, formerly known as the Native Trust and Land Act. You know what I'm saying? You want to know more about some of that stuff? Go to my videos on this channel. This the Chin Beard, and look at Jungle Leaf and those two videos with Leaf in it, and you can hear for yourself some of the things that they're talking about when it comes to some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Trust and blah blah blah. You know, leave that thing alone. The book of the myth of the Negro Past, Francis Goulsteen, Eugenic Expansion Act. So a lot of the history was fraudulently fabricated, right? So you got motherfuckers who changed the history. You talked about that nigga name. You know what I'm saying? This other nigga name. The myth of the Negro Past, out of Africa theory. You know what I'm saying? All that weird shit. Population records, population control, climate change in 1924, racial integrity, all that shit, 1830 census, 1790. You know what I'm saying? They did all this because after they was trying to keep track of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the NSA and all that shit. Through this type of shit, monitoring and all that weird shit. Social engineering. It's an experiment. And a psyop. Woodrow Wilson, Black Genetic Inferiority, Encyclopedia of Africa, The Cattle Complex of East Africa, 1926. Come on, man. Why are these niggas writing shit when it comes to our lands? You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with those niggas. The Dow's Rose Commission fraudulently enforced the General Allotment Act of 1887, or the Dow's Act. It's 1893. Was charged with convincing tribes to sell their land to the U.S. U.S. is not America. And divide remaining land into individual allotment. The commission also required Indians to claim membership in only one tribe and register on the Dow's rolls what the USA Inc. meant to be a definitive record of individuals with Indian blood. So Dow's Rose Commission, all you $5 Indians, you fake Indians out there, you fake indigenous people, you lying indigenous people, your fathers have inherited lies. When you look at the New Testament, that's the dumb dark verses, bro. That's all this shit that we talking about right here. When we look at the Old Testament, all them wars that was going on in the Tanakh, as they say, you know what I'm saying? Tanakh. Enoch's name is in that. Come on, bro. This stuff is so deep. All this is that. All these things and so much deeper is all that shit. Raging war on our people in the name of a man who seduces those people, who seduce many people. You know what I'm saying? God brought us out of that seduction. You know what I'm saying? Out of that perversion, out of that pride, out of that demonic shit, satanic bullshit. That real monstrous so-called humanity. You know what I'm saying? One of the old school definitions of a human represents a monster. I'm not a monster. My people not monsters. We was deceived and confused. Narratives of enslavement. Irish, Italian, Slavs got freedom in America in 1804 and then stabbed our people in the back. This goes into the Trail of Tears, you know what I'm saying, over time too. And many other things. Like the 1776 Chickamauga Wars. A lot of our own peoples, our ancestors betrayed their own peoples, you know what I'm saying, their own tribes, and they became sub-tribes and break-off tribes and so on and so forth. 1776, we people paid the debt of the immigrants at the Imperium and the Imperium. And then we paid their debts, and these niggas backstabbed us in the back, you know what I'm saying? Environmental conditioning, all that, change, and environmental change, and ethnic cleansing and all that, you know what I'm saying? They speak about this in the book of their Revelation, Harp and Darver. Project Blue Book, 5T neural weapons, holograms, chemtrails, fake alien invasions. But the alien invasion is done. Those people who from Africa, Moors, you know what I'm saying? From Spain, from Ireland, from the Italians, the Celts, the Khazars, you know what I'm saying? The Germans, the so-called Prussians, you know what I'm saying? The real Caesarians, it's not their people, it's melanated people. Proper Arabs is our people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they just bringing out shit that they've been hiding for so long, you know what I'm saying? And it's new to us, so it's gonna look, you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of shit, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the shit that people talking about, oh, that's a portal, that's a hologram. It's a hologram. It's fake. A real portal, you will know what a real portal is. If you've ever been around them, if you ever experienced them, if you ever learned of them, you will know a true portal, you know what I'm saying, when you experience it. Yes, there's beyond measure, beyond numbers of them, you know what I'm saying, and it's deep, you know what I'm saying. So everybody need to get up off that Divok water. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to the song on my SoundCloud, Crystal Ghost 3. You know what I'm saying? Because these people have been possessed by demons. You know what I'm saying? And it's wicked waters, perverted waters. Y'all give us clean water, no perversion. Get them out, burn them up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas have been officially Google bopped. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Because the veil has been lifted. Right? And the truth shall set you free. Ain't new. Because the true king is Yahuwah. The king of Utah, the king of Judah, the true Yeti, Ta Jedi, Ta Seti, I don't want to play. You know what I'm saying? Hala Yahuwah, enforce. The true Yoda, you know, you dig? The Kanya, okay? Life and light. Ain't no pay and it's fixed. Some rock. And who protects my house. Shalom. And this is my portion. You know what I'm saying? Total Shalom. Here in what we call Turtle Island. Might be slow on the earth, but we quick in the water. Swift in the water. Many of you was water and life. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Fue Talapelan, Mayak. We're here. We keep the sacred principles. And this is how we remain and abide in total shalom. Hello, you know what I'm saying? And then that's integrity and compassion. And righteous equilibrium with no division. And those wicked, they get no way in. No way in. It's they reverse the cancel. Because we not wicked, so that wicked shit goes back to the wicked Illuminati.